It's that time of day again. That's right, my favorite time. It's time to get a cat nap. You know how important it is, so snuggle in, close your eyes, and let your imagination take you away. Today's tale is about the grasshopper and the ant. You see, it was summer, and the grasshopper sat in a pleasant field, and he thought to himself, I am glad to have nothing to do. I can sit in the sun and be as lazy as I wish. I can watch the butterflies split on their pretty bright wings, and I can listen to the humming of the bees. And if I happen to get hungry, there are many juicy leaves to eat. If I get sleepy, I can hide in the grass and take a nice long nap. And as Grasshopper was laying thinking what a fine thing summer was, along came an ant. "Hello, Mr. Ant, where are you going so fast?" asked Mr. Grasshopper. Ant said, "About my work, of course. I'm a busy ant, I am." Grasshopper laughed. "Oh, you are you? Well, you needn't be so cross about it." Ant was surprised. He said, "Did I speak crossly? I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. But you see, I'm so very busy, I just can't take the time to talk." And the ant starts to hurry away. Grasshopper calls, Wait, you can't talk for a minute? Please, just stop." And Ant says, "Why, yes, if you really have something important to say, I could spare you one moment." Grasshopper laughed. "You are so silly. Do you mean to tell me you believe you can't even stop a while to talk with your friends, even when they haven't much to say?" Oh, Ant shook his head. "I have no time to waste." Grasshopper looked perplexed. "Why, what is it you're doing today?" Ant answered, "I am very busy getting ready for winter." Grasshopper laughed. "Getting ready for winter? Why, winter is such a very long way off." Oh, Ant looked at Grasshopper, and he said, "But it will be here soon enough." Grasshopper shrugged in exasperation. "Well, I don't see why you don't have a good time while you can." And Ant looked at him in perplexity. "But if I don't gather food for the winter now, while there's plenty of it, I shan't have anything to eat when the cold weather comes." Oh, Grasshopper rolled his eyes. "You are such a dull fellow. You have no fun in you." And Ant, giving up, said, "I don't work all the time. I'm busy all day, but when evening comes, I do sit at home and talk with my friends." Grasshopper, he didn't feel this was a very good answer, and he said, "Well, I don't mean to work all the time in this fine weather. I'm going to have a good time now." Ant, trying one last time to convince Grasshopper, said, "Well, wait till winter comes, and we shall see who is wiser, you or I. Goodbye. I have work to do." And Ant stomped off on his anty way. Now, watching him walk away, Grasshopper thought, what a foolish fellow that Ant is. He does nothing but work, work, work. He doesn't have any fun at all. Well, I don't care. I'm going to have a good time. But then winter came, and Mr. Ant was snug at his home, looking out the window, thinking, "Oh, it's a cold day. I'm so happy I don't have to go out. I can stay cozily at home and talk with my friends. I have plenty of food, too, so I have nothing to do through the winter but have a good time." But Grasshopper comes along looking thin and hungry. His clothes are old and ragged. He stops in front of Ant's house and calls, "Oh, Mr. Ant, won't you please spare me something to eat?" Ant was quite surprised, and he said, "Why, Mr. Grasshopper, is that you? I hardly recognized you. You're not looking very well." And Grasshopper shivered as he said, No, I'm afraid not. I'm not feeling well either." Ant, very concerned, said, Why, whatever is the matter?" And Grasshopper said in a wee small voice, "I'm so very hungry. I haven't any food around. Won't you please share something to eat with me?" And Ant said, "Something to eat? Why, what did you do all summer?" Grasshopper answered, "He said, I sang and I played all the summer long. There was plenty of food then, but now it's cold and there's nothing to eat." "Oh," Ant said sadly, "you're such a lazy fellow. You sang and you played all summer while the rest of us were busy storing up food for the winter. Now that it's cold and there's no food, you ask us to feed you." Now Ant was much disgusted by Grasshopper and his foolish decisions, but he was also a generous fellow. He finally said, "Take this grain, but do not ask again. You shall get no more from me." And Grasshopper, understanding, but thankful, said, "Ah me, why did I not work as the ant did and store up food while there was still food to get?" And that's the end of our tale for today. I hope you have a wonderful nap, because napping is part of what helps you learn everything that you need to know to be a very clever cat.